IAV, we know Rasta itself as also, we'll touch a little bit on the Rasta culture and the whole history too. And you touch on a historic event, the Carol Garden thing there. But before we even go into that, we know that Rasta has evolved over the years and no one more position to tell me right now and tell the world about the evolution. More than you, IAV. I don't know how long you have been a Rasta, but from I was a youth, from my idea, you are one of the first man me see a wear locks. So I know it must be a long time. So tell us now from the perspective that we now have different houses of Rasta in a brief moment as you can put all of that together to where we are now.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the term evolution. Because that is what has happened. You know, a transformation has taken place in Rastafari in terms of where Rastafari was years ago, 50, 60 years ago. You know what I mean? I've been involved in the movement for the past 40 years, from I was a teenager. You know what I mean? But where the different houses and mansions is concerned, I think a lot of it came about because of differences in view, differences in opinion amongst the elders who were originally, you know, a part of the movement, especially in the earlier days.
Right.
At the moment, like we have 12 tribes, we have you know, Bobo, we have Nyabingi, and we have minor groups, Judah Coptic and so on and so on. But at the moment, what I'm trying to do is bring all of these different houses and mansions together. And so we have done that in the form of the Millennium Council, which is not the first time that I and I have attempted to bring the different mansions and houses together.
Yes.
Started in 1987 with the EIUC, which was the Ethiopian International Unification Committee, when David Makonnen, the grandson of Haile Selassie, came here in 1966 with the Majesty, visited Diana, you know?
Yes.
And suggested that we should have an umbrella thing rather than everyone, because everyone wanted to go and visit him. So he suggested that, look here, bring 2 or 3 representatives from the different mansions and the honorary members, you know, because you have elders who might not belong to any particular house or mansion, but who have played a prominent role in the development of the movement, you know. And then in 95 we had the RCO, the Rastafari Centralization Organization.
Right.
So, you know, like I say, 2007 we had the Millennium.
So the Rastafari Central Organization, where was that started and where was the first meeting of that?
That started in Clarendon, because we have a place named Scotts Park, which is one of the central Nyabingi Center. And a lot of the unification approach have really come from the Nyabingi, because we always stretch our hands towards unity, because I, you know, looking at the example of His Majesty through the Organization of African Unity, the OAU, realize that yes, there are different African countries, but in order for Africa to speak with one voice, then it was important for something like the OAU to be established. So in order for us to speak with one voice, yes, there will be differences, but differences don't mean that we become enemies. Because, you know, we're going to differ on certain issues, but we're going to agree on certain issues. And there are more that I and I will agree on, that I and I will have differences. So it is important to speak with one voice, put the differences aside, and so it is important to have an umbrella movement or organization amongst I and I and Rastafari. But it came about in Clarendon, that's where it started, but the office was in Kingston, you know.
Okay. All right, so where we are now as far as the unification and the present
well,
vibes
the unity is stronger than what it has ever been. At the same time, you always have elements who will come about and trying to distract and trying to create division. But give thanks that, you know, the majority of ones who is for the unity won't allow that to take place. So even though, you know, you will always have individuals who try. But, you know, the Millennium Council, one thing, and I'm going to be frank, where the whole movement is concerned, because when the movement started, ones and ones wasn't paying much attention to economic development. Right? And that's a fact, you know, ones and ones is just a look on the issue of repatriation. But looking at Africa to where it is now, if I and I, which I and I desire is to return, but what will I and I do in going forward to Africa? We'll have to contribute to the development. You know what I mean? And to contribute to the development of anything, as His Majesty says, spiritual and material progress goes hand in hand.
Right.
So there will be the spiritual development, but there is the importance of the material development, you know, because all over in Africa we need development, and we're talking about material development. We need proper housing, proper agricultural establishment, everything that goes towards what them call nation building.
Nation building.
You know what I mean?
All right, yeah, man. Talking to IAV, elder in the Rasta movement. You're tuned to Miyard TV and the One Love Drive. When we come back, we're gonna expound some more on some different aspects of the Rasta movement.